If you are a pastor, and you want to last, look for great men who have been in ministry, who have made impact. Just go there, just bless them. When you get to that vicinity, register your presence. Don't come there and stand like a demigod. They will close you up. They will sit down in their room and close you up. You are anointed, though. You are anointed. You are anointed. You are current with God. I know, but they will close you up. That's the truth. Because they are territorial commanders. They know what they touched. This is not ungodliness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you following what I'm talking about? No, ask the young prophet. He was anointed. He was anointed. He spoke to a man and the man's hand dried up. Yeah. But somebody told him, we have been in this thing. Don't join their wickedness. Don't join their group.
Good day, everyone. This is Aro, and you already know who I am. The audio you just listened to, that is the voice of a popular pastor in Nigeria, Johnson Suleiman. And I'm making this video regarding the kind of pathetic words I heard from that audio. You see, I've made videos regarding this church of a thing, and there are a lot of people as well speaking in this regard. Going to church today, operating the church assembly has become one of the major lucrative business in the entire world, where some people who claim to be God sent, who claim to be servant of God, and milking the vulnerable people, extorted from them. What pains me most in Nigeria is that the government has so dealt with us that we believe that now we have to focus on the supernatural intervention. And getting there, we are not saying that even the so-called ministers, the so-called men of God who are supposed to be doing this work for God are not even worse than the government. You know, Godfatherism is one thing that have destroyed Africa, Nigeria precisely so much. That's caused a lot of damages in our country. And now we thought this Godfatherism only exists in the politics, but only to discover that in our everyday lives, Godfatherism is a big problem, a very huge problem in our everyday lives. If you're doing a business, you are expected to get involved with this Godfatherism. If you're in the politics, is also there. And now you come to church. Church are supposed to be a righteous place because God is righteous, Christ is righteous. So everything that has to do with Christ is supposed to be something that, illuminate light and transparency and righteousness. But now we see that the people who are represented, who are messengers of Christ in our country, they are even worse than this government we are running away from. People, I want you to understand that there was once a Christianity that was given to us by the Apostle Paul, Peter, James, John, and the rest. But I can sincerely tell you that what we have today is not. I'm a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. But what we have today is not Christianity. We are not practicing Christ. We are not practicing Christ at all. Because how can a man who say he is a man of God, he has several private jets, a man who say he is a man of God, how can you tell young ministers that if they want to stay long, if they want to last long in the church business, they have to go and look for someone who has been in the business for a very long time? Because what they use to measure successful ministry in this era is that you have a very large auditorium, you have branches all over the world, you have a lot of people following you. that is their own measurement of a successful ministry. But I'll tell you, the measurement of a successful ministry has nothing to do with population. It has nothing to do with how large your church assembly is, or the locations, how many locations you have, your branches. It has nothing to do with that, because you can accumulate all this, and at the end of the day, you don't know Christ. At the end of the day, you are not preaching Christ to people. You are only preaching your own selfishness, or you are preaching what you'll be given to, because a lot of people outside today, they are not really of God, but they just did what other Yahoo guys does, and some of them acquire spiritual power with the enemies, and then they come around, build this church as a covering up, and they say they are men of God. But only God knows who is his followers. And I'm trying to warn people, because I know there are a lot of people, even the Bible said it, there are a lot of people that don't have ear, but they just have this as a camouflage, but the ear doesn't work for them. Because a lot of people have said a lot of things that even the Bible said, a time will come, you won't have to go to the synagogue to worship God, because after the death of Jesus Christ, God is going to live in every man, and then you can communicate with God yourself. Why is it that only in Africa, when the man has a problem, we link it to spiritual problem? When the man can't make money, we link it to spiritual problem. When the man is the woman is having a difficulty in childbearing, we link it to spiritual problem. But meanwhile, in the Western world, when such thing happen, they go to medical facility and figure out how to solve the problem. And a lot of problems have been solved through these normal means. But only in Nigeria, when something happen, we link it to spiritual problem. I on my own, I have decided I'm going to do that shit no more. I just want to do what is right. I just want to do what needs to be done and get the result out of it. That's why I don't believe when people say you have to pay tithe and offering if you want to make it in life. No, because one pastor once told me that I have to be paying tithe if I want to make it. I don't believe in those things, because even the rich men in the world, they don't pay tithe. You just know what to do. God is not a selfish God. God is not a bad God. God created every human being, and God loves us. God has already given us everything that we need to survive, to succeed here on earth. But we are being so naive, thinking that our help is going to come from above. That is not true. God has already helped any man. No